and welcome to Stunt Collector movie review on a film called CYBORG COP. And we'll let the trailer explain it.
A DEA agent leads an elite team into battle against an international drug cartel.
It's going to be like taking candy from small children.
But what Agent Philip Ryan finds there is more dangerous, more devious, and more deadly than any drug.
Allow me to present K3 prototype cyborg assassin.
Left for dead, Philip Ryan is about to live again. Half man, half machine.
Kill him.
His mind now controlled by a madman.
You see, he works just perfect.
Now renegade agent Jack Ryan is the only man who can save his brother.
Stay out of this thing.
But to rescue Philip, Jack must destroy an unstoppable soldier. Part RoboCop. Part Terminator. And all Demolition Man. CYBORG COP.
So seeing the trailer, it's like partial RoboCop and partial Terminator, but it's about two brothers, one getting kidnapped by the drug cartel maybe. Let's check the movie and review it. So back in the day, you can gather that cyborgs were quite a popular thing back in that time, but especially in 1993 we had this little gem. Yeah, CYBORG COP. And who was the actor who played it? Todd Jensen's in this movie. He plays the cyborg cop, but doesn't really do cop stuff in it, really. There's one actor who can wear a fanny pack and pull it off, and it's not Rock Johnson. So in this movie you got a David Bradley and his fanny pack. A leather one though.
Yeah, we all know which movie she's in.
And you got Alona Shaw, you know that chick what's in Double Impact where the evil Wormclaw Van Damme dreams about his good brother having sex with her, and you see her top bits. Same usual in this movie as well, but a longer sex scene. Just seems it. This movie is worth watching just for this famous actor, and he is a famous YouTuber. Check out how he lost the tip of his finger. He's actually in this movie, and he's got that great voice, but in this movie he's sort of like imitating maybe a bit my accent, maybe. Well, cups of tea. Yeah.
Oh, isn't he beautiful? Now, how about a nice cup of tea? How about a nice cup of tea?
The film actually starts in DEA agents in a warehouse. Then we discover that the brothers, and they got this hostage, what's a therapist, to a guy called Kyle Michael, what's got a famous newspaper family. Anyhow, the DEA agents, and Jack, we find out, is the oldest brother, unloads his weapon and then puts the bullets back in, explains that he's going to take the shot, but his younger brother says, no, the SWAT team's more qualified to take that shot. They're illegal, let them do it. You'll burn if you take that shot. But obviously he does, and then the police turn up, but you can't see him because the press are in the way and taking pictures. So, but lucky enough, Jack knows how to do first aid after a hostage situation, where he wraps the poor hostage's feet with a blanket. At least he removed the shoes off and stuff. I'm confused.
You know, the problem with you is you've absolutely no vision whatsoever. Then that's why
So he saves the hostage, goes running up to her, and gets a blanket, takes her shoes off, and wraps her feet in them. And then the police turn up, but they're hidden by the press, and they start taking pictures. Oh, and then you get a lot of newspaper clippings and explaining a lot what's happened. So the practical of the story, we see him coming into a bar. Jack pinches an orange for some reason. They order a drink for a little kid with them. Then we start discovering to find out that the younger brother wants to adopt, and somehow in this adoption agency they must lend the kids out before you adopt. And all he does is ask for a local drink for the lad, and then says, I'm off playing pool, you just stay at the bar, and I'll explain to my brother about my secret mission. I'm off to the Caribbean to take out a drug lord person, but it sounds suspicious. But it's the plot of the film. Let's get going.
Yes, this is the part of the film that, well, I actually got confused which brother was meant to be the older brother, but who cares? This is the most heartbreaking bit. Yes, it's so emotional to realise that these DA agents are going to adopt a young lad, and it's so emotionally heartwarming that these brothers are so caring, wanting to care for this lad. We've got our spirit and character for these guys. What heroes they are. Like, this kid doesn't look like he's really wanting to get adopted. Right, okay.
That poor little lad's still stuck at the bar.
In this, the DA agents have lost their job.
Alright, and now it's still what's that got to do with it all?
double trouble psycho
And
cops.
psycho cops, double trouble psycho cops. I'm wondering why you're getting. I don't actually understand the logic of the theory of helicopters, but I do know they can land in fields. But for some reason, the guys jump into a nasty cold river, get in their dinghy, and then the next camera shot, you will notice that there's a field behind them trees on that river. Why didn't you just land and let them get in that? Anyhow, to complicate things, they even go to the base where they're meant to be getting in, cutting through wires, trespassing, not allowed, not realising there's no guards. They do hint at that, planting no guards, and they actually reply maybe it's their day off, seeing little toy model planes flying around, not really making much sense.
So it was back in that old-fashioned times, back in 1993, where people weren't wise on CCTV cameras at all. And this guy thought, yeah, right, it was a setup. No, you got caught on camera sneaking about. Obviously, he knew you were there, especially with his 16-hat mobile phone detecting what you were up to. So he's going to send this geezer to sort you out.
So Philip Ryan is in the trailer, so he's the DA agent. So they're on that mission, he gets caught, but he got killed by a mysterious dude what won't die. Oh yeah, he's the cyborg. Right. And when he screams out, it's that loud that he wakes his brother up when he's in bed with a strange woman he doesn't know. Well, he knows her name's Sandy. Oh no, it's not.
Oh, this guy is their boss, I presume, what's riding in these helicopters. And yes, he is in a famous Jackie Chan movie. And I'm trying to figure out the theory in this movie.
So, what are you doing these days? Still wasting your life away?
No, not this scene with our hero being unemployed. Oh, I figured out there's about 3 people in the backseat of that helicopter.
But I'm too late. We pulled out on turbo, and you left him.
Oh, I'm trying to understand the logic of my counting. 3 people in the back of the helicopter. They must have included the camera helicopter in this movie, because later on they fail the mission and there's 9 people with their faces missing in this movie.
They didn't go back for him because the helicopters cost $6 million, but they got pilots. So he's kicking off. They should have sent nuclear bombs off or something. I don't know. But he does come out with this stupid, weird speech.
I got the old man on my back.
You don't have to worry about being on my list, Caroline. Because to me, you don't even exist. You're just a bad memory, like every other memory I got of this stinking business. You stay out of this, Ryan!
Bradley character finds out about his brother and all they're bothering about £6 million worth helicopters. So he gets angry at that, which is one of the psycho brothers, well the only one now, and he has a bit of a tipple with the CIA, and then he comes out with this stupid saying.
You don't have to worry about being on my list, Caroline. Because to me, you don't even exist. You're just a bad memory, like every other memory I got.
So we're fast forwarding all the scientific stuff about how to make cyborgs and all that lot. But the main interest all this goes by is our character, our major bad guy. He's not the most typical 80s drug baron, but now he's moving in the times of the 90s bad guys.
The first role that John Reel Davis is actually might be playing somebody homosexual, because he's not the typical drug baron what has women in bikinis roaming around swimming pools and that. He's just got this special bondness with one of his henchmen, and he sort of lets him get away with stuff like dirtying his walls and stuff and that. Maybe it just goes on a different path.
So our hero is on the merry way to sort out the villain, but the villain is already aware of our hero, and actually has a lovely discussion to his older brother Cyborg he's created, and tells him everything he's going to do.
That the actual National Airport control tower actually will personally ring him up, his little cyborg called Michael, what's buried in a wall, as you're going to find out our bad guy loves naming his cyborgs, like Quincy and stuff, little names like that. That hero is actually hiring a car. Very good vital information our bad guy needs to know. There's a red pickup at the place, but before he gets his pickup, he gets in a bit of an argument with a reporter. And we all know in this movie now that he doesn't like reporters, especially they were involved in him losing his previous job as a DA agent. So he takes it out on this poor reporter by throwing her past in a bin, but she's got a good memory. She won't forget this. Even doesn't realise that he actually drives off in a big red pickup, but will come later on. Well, not that far off, because they got to a checkpoint, like a big tent somewhere outside that road, and they both meet each other again. Yes, again. But she gets left stranded, and with some mechanic saying that he's got to take off with her car, and just leaves her stranded. But that's not the point. The thing is, she goes up to this red pickup and gets in the back of it, just presuming these people own it. But this lady goes, she's just a crazy lady. Well, for a reporter, she's got a terrible memory, for a start. I mean, I can't actually believe that, you know, she got him back in this pickup truck and didn't realise it'd be his. But that isn't the main thing. Obviously, our character Jack has been accused of smuggling drugs. Even why would he be smuggling drugs when they actually smuggle drugs out of the country? But the thing is, though, this is the reason why I bought the movie. Was the police chase. And it's like a typical American officers, even they're driving 4 Sierras, well they're still Fords, but they end up crashing a lot. And they're playing this like hillbilly, Dukes of Hazzard reject music as well. And yeah. The reporter is in the back of the bleeding pickup, so they're in a chase, as we all gathered that the police don't like big puddles and just conveniently crash. But then she gets in an argument after that, moaning that, you know, why are you driving this pickup? Yeah, come on lady, you knew very well it was Jack's pickup, that's why you got in the back of it, started stripping off for some weird reason. Or do people do that? I don't know. Yeah.
So our hero decides to let the reporter sit in the cabin with him, and they must have a lovely chat, we presume, because all we see is images of the vehicle going by. So our villains are a bit confused how they got through a checkpoint by listening to country music. Oh well, more homage. I'm wondering what they're talking about in that pickup. That's all we see. So, as you can gather, it's got a bit of familiarity because it came out the same year. Definitely a bit on this scene. But the thing is, our bad guy does go on a different path on this movie. Yes, and our heroes are just still driving. But the reason is, our bad guy could be selling drugs and making lots of money, but he's obsessed with selling his cyborgs all of a sudden. So he's going to put up a demonstration for his new customers of cyborgs.
So they give a demonstration of this killer cyborg, Quincy, and he attacks this armoured car and tips it up. But the weirdest thing about it, that he is very conscious about not getting his gloves dirty. So he takes his gloves off, punches the petrol tank, and that's it, really. Don't carry a lighter, don't set the fire, you know. Oh well.
So in the meantime, our hero turns up at a village and books a hotel for the night.
Interesting your seduction here, yeah, that he orders a double room but he asks for a single. No, he asks for a double. Yeah, we get the yeah, right. So convinced that he hates reporters. Find out that Mr. Kessler is the main bad guy, and we get to know this called by the scene of the drive joint, as we got from our hotel manager, but is sort of corrupt because he gives out information to Mr. Kessler. Oh yes, he does.
Oh, it was nice of Jack to stop at the villain's hotel. I wonder how many regular customers he gets.
They know a lot of information. He's from Cleveland for some reason, maybe. Oh no.
Yeah, I noticed the lake was
So, when Mr. Kessler wants you, you better go.
So I don't think they take kindly where you're stealing their bathroom towels. I wonder how severe they take it. So instead of telling him to go to this bar, and he's actually insulting him by saying that. Well, what's his excuse then?
So Mr. Kessler sends his goons to the dry joint, where our hero never takes his leather jacket off, even when he's indoors. And his fanny pack as well. So yeah.
So our character Jack is decided to take his jacket off now, and this is part of the movie where we have a couple of jokes in it.
Man, you ought to get that fixed. You get a ticket.
I want this rubber before he does any more damage.
Okay.
And fire this moron.
So all the funny jokes at one side, we are actually counting the body count of the mysterious dead bodies they keep finding with the faces missing, they're claiming. So we've counted, there were definitely 8 guys what left the helicopter, and there's definitely 9 guys on this dinghy, but they're claiming there were 9, but surely in my theory there should be 10 dead bodies in this movie. I mean, he's Mr. 9.
So there's some mysterious in this now, that they're finding bodies with the faces missing, and the local police claiming it could be due with voodoo and suspicious stuff like that. Because our little reporter has gone snooping for our Jack Ryan now, because they're best friends now.
So our characters are now getting hungry now.
That's all they had. It's not like I could find a Pizza Hut around here.
I have no particular thoughts on that subject.
Yes, hungry for the typical cliche they always do in these movies.
You ladies, you're impressed. How was many apples?
Look, that's you and that's Stevie Tom.
No, it's just me.
I'm starved.
So just quite curious how she eats a banana. Like, we don't know where this is going. Yeah, right.
You're a liar.
Oh, what? Yeah, right. So she's convinced he's a DA agent because he has been smuggling heroin into the country, what's been smuggled back out, and he's more or less saying it's very easy to get it out of the country, but you know, it just makes it so complicated.
Not as complicated for a DEA agent carrying drugs on him.
So, she's convinced he's a DA agent because he comes out that speech saying it's easy to smuggle it in, but it's hard to get it in the country. Now I'm definitely confused. So, yeah, you work that out.
So after that awkward moment, our character Jack is nice to the reporter and he hires a decent vehicle for her to get changed in the back of.
So it's quite a typical stereotype of a film. Somebody with dreadlocks has to speak a certain accent. You know, man. Yeah, Jamaican. How convenient.
We'd like to take a look at them.
So they go to the morgue, check out the 9 bodies with their faces missing. I wonder where that's caused by. So they meet a guy, well obviously he's easily bribed by giving him some money, but then starts talking about voodoo. Yes. So some goons turned up, and before they introduce themselves, they decide to shoot the door first, then come barging in. But that in that climactic moment, oh no, Quincy turns up. Hey! Jack Ryan's gonna have his first ding-dong with the cyborg. And he so has a good of a ding-dong when he's holding a power tool saw in front of its face. But our cyborg soon gets annoyed with that, then pulls it apart, only to let it grab it again and electrocute him. And that seems to sort the problem out with the cyborg. Easily done with. Okay.
So our villain has got no morals because he's a villain and he is selling a actual cyborg, a president assassin, not a cyborg cop. Very misleading our villain is, but he's used this item and we know it's got damage. So is it fair that they should sell this item to unexpected customers while hoping to actually have a working product? I hope people will learn by this lesson.
So, at the morgue, the reporter gets kidnapped by the bad guys. But the guy what works in the morgue starts saying some really good strange stuff about, you know, Mr. Kessler and zombies. And then Jack Ryan says this bizarre thing to him.
I got zombie. This here, this will turn you into a zombie. Now let's go.
So they're being all plagued and being met with this mystical mystery of zombies. But yeah, you thought our comical duel was these two? No, it's the cop what's turned up. But yeah, you wasn't expecting that he's involved with our bad guy. Well, there could be more shocks in this film. Will you be so surprised in? Yes, this dude is back. I've been making a big deal out of him all along. Yes, he is actually physically doesn't get on with our major bad guy, but because they keep arguing a lot and they don't know which Ryan they're on about. And he's having all his lovely little quiet little chats with his little cyborg. Oh, he just thinks he's so brain dead, this guy. This movie's mission was a bit of a brain dead. It just leaves you mysteriously. Why have they been sending these guys out on this secret mission against him?
So now, as we established, we know why they're called cops. With his ex-partner, he's killed him and all that lot. But the thing is, more about police officers. We've got this corrupt police officer, but is he really that corrupt? Or is he starting to start having a deep conscience in it? We don't know. It don't really fix it. It don't actually make sense, but somehow he gets a conscience and he starts helping Jack. Right near to the end, alright, you know, because Jack's wiped half of the villains already, halfway through the movie, and he's still doing it. Yeah.
So the buyers turn up to buy their killer President Cyborg robot, and they're not actually happy about what they are going to receive. So they solve that problem. So we've got our comedy duo here, the dreadlock guy and the racist cop. And mostly the comedy act on this is actually him, the copper, is telling the poor lad to shut up all the time.
So Jack Ryan is very upset that the reporter's been kidnapped and, you know, she has that certain way how to eat a banana. So he goes in to get her with his DAA survival skills, how to make pipe bombs, and he goes all survival mode or something. But we might establish why they might call this film Cyborg Cop, because one of the cyborgs is a cop. Oh, that's where they get the name from. Cyborg Cop. We figured it out. Okay. So Jack Ryan, he's really peeved and he's got his survival key. Come on. Jack, he goes in, all man-handed like a cyborg. They should have made him the cyborg. Well, they already thought of that. But he's more better than the cyborg because he goes on and takes a tight army all on his own. And there's all sorts. He apprehends a bike. He's got these pipe bombs he can throw without even lighting them, and they will still explode. Everything is Pamela. This is the big finale of the movie. Everything blowing up, he destroys everything. Nothing in his path will stop him. He never runs out of bullets, and even if he does apprehends anybody else's gun. He can take on anything, near enough everything. He does take on everything. What am I on about? I've seen the movie. It just goes epic and crazy, and there's more stunts in it. Oh yeah. It's just mental. So our main villain has hold of the hostage, the reporter, and Jack goes in and he says to him, "Put the gun down." And Jack does. Then he introduces him to his brother. Yeah, we've been waiting for this. Him and Philip are getting reunited together, and they have a little, well, one has a chat with him saying, "Remember when we was all Psycho crew?" And he snaps out of it, his brother, and turns on his fellow bad guys who created him as a cyborg. and they have a bit of a ding dong. But don't worry, Quincy's back in with a new look, with a torch hanging on the side of his head or something. Well, they have a ding dong, and Quincy remember how he got defeated, so he does the same to, you know. Oh dear, yeah, he did that to him, yeah. So yeah, it's very sad and very emotional. He dies. But no, we got to reveal and bring this film to an end. Oh yes, indeed. So our villain gets easily conveniently killed by looking somewhere, obviously. So, oh well, yeah. Yeah. So, to end the movie, we can't have it without the cyborg still alive. And Jack gets on that motorbike where he was razzing around already, and razzed around eternity actually, and then jumps the bike up in the air and decapitation. It's head off. Somehow it comes off easy. But don't worry, he goes out and adopts that young lad. And with the reporter, I gather the right item now. So that's how the movie really ends.
Alright, it's a B movie. The orphanage does look like a garage, but what do you expect? I mean, the stunts were absolutely awesome in this film. They look really good. I mean, since where you get a movie where you get pro wrestling cyborgs in, what else can I say about this movie? It's just actually enjoyment to watch. You know very well that John Rhys Davis had a blast doing this movie. He must have, because it just seems like he's having fun with it. And this is one thing about this movie, you actually will have fun. You're not going to take it serious. It's not a serious movie. If it was, you wouldn't have watched this review, and you know how messed up this is.
Bye, have a great time.
Goodbye.